as a vegan, even though I get less protein than an injured mouse, I've noticed that I could adapt and still build so much strength. Even though the carnivore me, that was a beautiful guy. He was strong, he smelled like eggs, but he could lift. He could save you from a fire. Me, maybe not so much, but I still push on. So can you get enough protein as a vegan to build huge unnecessary amounts of muscle? Of course you could, but how much will you fart? Who will stand next to you on the podium? That's been my dilemma, because I could up the protein right now with beans, sprouted mung beans in my smoothie. It would be the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. But I would fart continuously. I just know it. But I can be hard pressed to come by 80 grams of protein in a day. It's not easy, man, even with the protein powder and mostly grains instead of fruits. It's hard. And so I've noticed that as I'm doing my workouts, I write down my reps every week, so I know if I'm getting stronger or weaker. But like, I'm still very strong. I've elevated myself to doing the LeBron handstand push-ups. I was doing the archer ones, and I noticed it was so much strain on my wrist. I was like, why am I doing this? Angle sucks. And then I just figured I would try these again. I was like, oh, that's so perfect. That's what it's in the Monkey Strength book. So it's like, we're doing stuff. Can you do those, Mr. Meat Boy? If you look at my body versus a carnivore body, obviously I have less muscle and maybe even less fat. I've slimmed down. When I first went vegan like 3 months ago, I started getting fat. Like, I was eating all these carbs, and I was not used to the hunger signals. Like, it's a very different adaptation from eating like fatty meat where you have almost no hunger. You're in ketosis all the time versus I'm spiking my insulin immediately for breakfast, and then what am I going to eat later? And you're a bit more obsessed with food, and that's just the carb lifestyle. You eat carbs, it goes up, like, you worry more about food. You're not just tapping into your body fat. But if you had shown me this body as a future projection to where I was when I first started working out, I'd be like, wow, you can get that strong? You're doing what? Elevated one-arm ring push-ups. How is that even possible? How do you stabilize? You can do a one-arm negative? It's just there's a ceiling to your vegan potential versus fart potential. So like, if you don't mind farting your way to success, you could have lots of muscle as well. And you're like, look at all these gains. Don't stand next to me. You might be blown away. Literally, like by the air coming out of my ass. But if you don't want that, you're going for perfect digestion, optimal raw vegan hippie shit, then you can have a somewhat respectable level of muscle. I doubt you're pushing too hard. I was watching some interview. There was this guy, and he's huge black guy, and he's like, I like eat mostly fruit and stuff, and I was like, cool. So I guess it is possible for some people. But then like a later what I eat in a day video, and he was like, yeah, here's all my protein and my pumpkin seeds and a protein powder, and here's some sprouts. And he was going way harder, like tons of fat. Like, that ain't 80-10-10 anymore. You wandered out of that garden. You went off to some other path. So like, he realized that protein exists and we need it. Some of us can't breathe it in from the rocks. It's a weird mind game almost, because all I really want is to beat my reps from the week before. Like, as long as I'm progressing, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I don't care what the end result is with my body. I'm strong enough right now for the rest of my life. Really, like, all I want is to not die when I fall over and I'm 90 and like crack all my bones in half, like, because I have some muscle, and maybe I didn't fall in the first place. I could prevent that. Just want a nice functioning body. But the gains are definitely slower to come by. It's not like, oh, if you go raw vegan, you're just as strong. Amino acids are a myth. Like, not even close. Like, usually as a carnivore, I would beat my reps from the week before either by 1 or 2, sometimes Herculean amounts, versus vegan is like, some weeks I match last week, some weeks I beat it by a rep, sometimes I get worse. So it's a very, like, we're getting nowhere type of thing, but still so strong right now. Wow. But I can still do exercises that 70-year-old men can do, and that's enough for me. I'm right up there. Lou Corona does those. He doesn't even breathe hard. Like, I feel like I'm struggling. If we just measured the amount of effort that we're both putting in, his looks effortless. Mine hurt me, but whatever. I feel like once you have an iron gut, you could eat as much protein as you want, and then you could build as much muscle as you want. It's just, I still don't think that's healthy. Even if you could digest it, no gas, you're eating tons of beans, you're gaining strength. Are your kidneys happy about that? I doubt it. So like, I feel like we keep moving back to a kitten-based system of strength and ineptitude that is prolonging my life. Are we not agreeing with that? Like, less protein, less damage on the kidneys and liver, less burdened you are, it's more natural what I'm doing. So you accept your level of strength, and then could you save a princess from even the most minor rat? Probably not, but so some other guy will save her. Why do you have to be that guy? Everybody puts too much pressure on ourselves. Oh, I have to change the world. Just try to make it till you're 60 in today's world. Like, congratulations if you did. So like, relax. Do some multi-strength push-ups and you'll get somewhere. So no, I don't have as much muscle as I did on Carnivore, but I also don't have the forehead rash that was plaguing me, or the chest rash, or my cheek rashes. We have some, like, I have one less tooth now. That's fine. Who needed a tooth? Those are so overrated. I had like 32 of them. So I have 31. It's an odd number. Is it unlucky? Some might suggest it. That's fine. I'll live. But like, no, I'm not as strong as him, but I smell better. I'll probably live longer than my carnivore self. Most likely. All I know is eating less makes you live longer, according to rat studies and monkey-related business. So, eat less, still be functional enough, and you'll survive. After thumbing up the video. Thumbs down if you are building one arm to be super strong. You're going to crack a rib on the other side. You're lifting, oh, look, I can lift a car. Oh no, I didn't balance the core. Do calisthenics, you monkey. Bodybuilders look at their bodies and think, I need to build this part more. My biceps too big, but my chest too small. I will coordinate that. Whereas calisthenics heroes just go. Full body everything. Whatever happens, I'm with it. I'll leave after Bitcoin is with me from you. Subscribe for more.